Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Who is Asiya? Asiya bint Muzahim was a woman who came from a rich family. She was known as a very generous woman. Many may know her as the wife of the Pharaoh or Fir'aun, who was a man who considered himself a god and insisted that his people worship him, and whoever did not he tortured. Though this didn't make Asiya radiallahu anha any less important, because unlike her husband Fir'aun, Asiya radiallahu anha was humble and accepted Islam and held on to Islam. Many may know Asiya radiallahu anha as the one who nursed Prophet Musa after he was found floating in the Nile River, because Prophet Musa's mother feared Musa's life. Asiya radiallahu anha found him and felt very motherly towards him. She nursed him and took care of him, and mashallah raised the well-known Prophet Musa we know today. However, the main significance a lot of people fail to recognize in Asiya radiallahu anha is her strong faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When Musa was appointed as a prophet, Asiya acknowledged the true faith and religion and came to Islam. At first, she hid her faith to prevent Fir'aun from knowing, though eventually her secret came out and Fir'aun filled with anger when he found out. At first, he tried to prevent Asiya radiallahu anha from believing in God, from believing in Allah, though he threatened her, and then, since that didn't work, he tempted her with sweet promises, but that didn't work either, because Asiya was with Islam and Islam only. At last, the Fir'aun offered his wife Asiya two choices, either to accept Islam and be ready for any kind of torture, or to worship Fir'aun and continue her life as a queen. At last, when Fir'aun could not make her wife surrender to his orders, he ordered his men to nail his wife, Asiya radiallahu anha, to the ground and put a heavy boulder, a heavy rock, on her chest under the hot sun. Astaghfirullah. Now, what was so important about Asiya radiallahu anha? Well, the importance is that although Asiya radiallahu anha did lose her life, it was for a good cause. She died in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and went straight to Jannah. Now, what can we take from Asiya's life in the beginning and in the end? Well, in the beginning of Asiya's life, she was with a Fir'aun and worshipped him, which would have left her to the wrong and unrighteous path, though in the end she came to Islam and held on to Islam and didn't let go. Now, this really impacts our society, because as a whole, we lose hope too quick on very small things. But if you look at Asiya radiallahu anha, we can see that we should be hopeful, because if she could turn her whole life around and go on the right path, then we could definitely turn something way smaller around, and that's why, just like Asiya radiallahu anha, we should be hopeful.